Welcome to the office.
The people who I used to see would be triathletes, and at the end of the season they would hang up their wetsuit and go to the pool and train. I hated that. I ended up having a bit of anxiety problems, and I started using the water as a fix, somewhere where to rebalance myself. The cold was like my little reset. Right, I'm not feeling quite right, I'm a little bit aggy, or I'm totally not communicating properly. If I go and get in the barrel, go and get in the ice tub, go and get myself cold. All right, yeah, now I can single focus now. I can focus on the things that I need to do rather than have this chaos going on in my head.
My skin is my armor is strong. Come on!
There is a huge amount of reasons to start using the cold, and it could be tiny, but I think you'll find that the outcome is massive when it comes down to using the cold. I'm Fenwick Ridley, and I'm a Team GB Ice swimmer, and I own my own business. It's called H2O Trails, and we're at the top of Northumberland. I'm full-time open water coach.
Welcome to the office.
Look at that.
You couldn't have asked for a better, really. I mean, here's me thinking it was going to be really terrible weather, but that's one of my favourite. That's slight mist, calm, cold. When I say cold, cooler. It's sitting on around about between 8 and 9. And yeah, should get in. Yeah.
When I was in my early 20s, I did a 10k swim in a pool, and my old coach said, "Oh, you need to take that to open water," and so I did. And then I got totally hooked, and I was doing anything between 600 to 800 mile a year in open water. And so right up and through my 20s, I was really obsessed with swimming outdoors. I would never see anybody. I would never see any in the sections that I used to train in the river. I would never see anybody. I'll probably bump into 1 or 2 people in the water in a year.
I think it needs to go in there. Yeah. I think that's cool. Wicked.
The people who I used to see would be triathletes, and at the end of the season they would hang up their wetsuit and go to the pool and train. I hated that. I didn't want to stop swimming outdoors, and I got fascinated with the idea of going a bit colder. So I did try, and I had a go, and the first time I did it, it hurt. and then I realised, really, I'm built for this. I'm a big lad. I'm fairly sure I could sustain and go a bit colder.
How was it? Nice. Yeah, it's definitely cooler now. It's getting there. I need it a little bit colder though.
Yeah, how did Ice Viking come about?
Oh yeah, that was World Championships. So the commentator in France in the World Championships was calling us the GB Ice Viking, and then it just stuck. I had other people calling us it, and then of course sponsors were like, yeah, GB Ice Viking, yeah. So yeah, I'm known for being the GB Ice Viking. It's not a bad nickname, really, is it? So I've kind of embraced it.
Oh yeah!
I've had the brass monkey for a little while now, and it's been dreamy. It's been really exciting, and I really tested it out to see, did it hold its temperature? The size of it. It's absolutely perfect for me because I'm quite wide. In this thing, I fit, which is I didn't think I was going to fit, to be honest. But there's loads of room in it. You can have 2 people in it, really. So with the changes that I've got from the cold and the benefits, it's changed massively this last 3 years. And during COVID and the changes that the whole country went through and the whole world, I felt the pressures of different things differently. I ended up having a bit of like anxiety problems, and I started using the water as a fix, somewhere where to rebalance myself.
Don't really want to get out, like. You know, I feel like as if my body's kind of walked into a new room that's not cluttered. I think that's the best way of like kind of describe it.
A lot of my like imbalances with like ADHD and like total chaos and you know, management over like keeping focus of different things and you know, not allowing myself to be too pressured about small things. The cold was like my little reset. Right, I'm not feeling quite right. I'm a little bit aggy, you know, or I'm like totally not communicating properly. If I go and get in the barrel, go and get in the ice tub, you know, go and get myself cold. All right, yeah, now I can single focus now. I can focus on the things that I need to do, rather than have this chaos going on in my head. Yeah, I think you know, it's quite normal for us to be, you know, needing somewhere to vent and needing a button to be pressed. I think, you know, but this last few years, a lot more people have been a lot more confident about opening up and about the fact that they need a little bit of help and need a little bit of support. And something like the cold and cold water immersion is really, yes, it's tough. If you've got some good coaching or good guidance, you can do it. But it also, you'll soon notice the outcome is quite positive for people, even without ADHD. You know, there's so many different things that it can actually support.
I've got a lovely tattoo on this arm that has a mantra that I use that's written in Norse, and it's something that one of my friends said to us. They said it and it just hooked into my brain, and now I can't stop using it. So whenever I go into a really cold temperature, or if I'm needing that focus, I'll have my mantra. I'll have my skin is my armor is strong. My skin is my armor is strong.
So there's quite a few different reasons for people to be getting into the cold. It could literally be extreme busy lifestyle. It could be the person's like working straight up like 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, and has no release from that. There's you know, you can imagine someone being tied in constantly and pulled back and forth. There needs to be a little break. There needs to be something there to reset and to help people calm, relax, switch off. And yeah, that's probably one of the big ones at the moment. Other things would be, oh God, it's endless. You've got menopause. You've got inflammation in the body. People with injuries. It could be brain injuries. It could be people with mental health issues where they're struggling to actually go to work and find a rhythm. It could be just a complete rebalance, or it could be just the fascination of helping with training, weight loss. It's endless. The amount of people who could benefit from getting into the cold. And the thing is, though, cold water immersion is not new. Cold water immersion's been around for a long time. It's been used. It goes back so far. And the thing is, it's the only reason it's really grown now is because, well, one, science. There's more people talking about it. Social media has a really big part to play on this, because there's more and more people want to share their stories, their adventures, and what they've achieved. So more and more people are seeing it. So there's science, social media, and it's exploded because people have actually been needing support. and you know, and then there's that whole like attention as well. So like it might be they just need that little something different for people to notice them, you know. But the biggest thing I'm pointing out here is there is a huge amount of reasons to start using the cold, and it could be tiny, but I think you'll find that the outcome is massive when it comes down to using the cold. What I would first say to a complete beginner who's just slightly interested and feeling quite unsure about the temperature, when you start talking about cold water swimming or cold water dipping or ice baths, we instantly think of the extreme, and we think of that point where if you put your hand into cold water in the winter, like a cold lake or a river, it hurts. It's that over sensation that we can't calculate, and we revert straight to pain. And we think of that when we think of cold water swimming and ice dipping. We instantly go to that extreme and go, oh God, I don't think I can cope with that. Well, the biggest bit of advice I could give is you don't start at that temperature. You don't start at that cold. You start where it's comfortable. And the best way to do it is climbing down the temperature ladder, not going full pelt. And in fact, our body likes that better. A strategic sort of building process, step by step, building into the cold. In fact, you could probably see a lot stronger response into the colder temperatures when you get there if you did it in a very sort of step by step staging. So yeah, when it comes down to a beginner, yeah, do it. Go find someone that's already doing it, and a coach, and that's the best. I mean, we've got a really good setup at H2O Trails, running cold water workshops, and we teach people about barrels and baths and cold showers. And yeah, it's starting with someone that knows what they're talking about. They can help you with that mindset, because that's probably one of the hardest points. Is we see that water and we know it's cold, we can't get in, and we need someone to help orchestrate it, guide you, you know, give you that confidence and give you the right descriptions of what it's going to feel like, rather than letting them describe it, rather than letting them take control of the reactions of getting in the water. So yeah, don't start massively cold. You can start further up the temperature ladder and then work down.